The universe is speaking to you right now. Are you listening? If you're watching this video, you've probably heard about the law of attraction. It's the idea that we can attract whatever we want into our lives by thinking positively and expecting good things to happen. But what if I told you that there's a new law in town? A law that's even more powerful than the law of attraction? I'm talking about the law of resonance. And once you understand how it works, you'll be able to manifest your desires faster and more easily than ever before. So what exactly is the law of resonance? Simply put, it's the principle that like attracts like. Everything in the universe is made up of energy, and that energy vibrates at a certain frequency. When you think positive thoughts, you raise your frequency. When you think negative thoughts, you lower your frequency. And because energy cannot be created or destroyed, only transformed, the energy you emit will eventually be returned back to you in the form of experiences, people, and circumstances. The key to harnessing the law of resonance is to understand that you are not separate from the universe. You are a part of it. So when you tune your frequency to match the frequency of your desires, you begin to attract those things into your life. But why is the law of resonance better than the law of attraction? Well, for one thing, it's more accurate. The law of attraction is based on the idea that we can attract anything we want simply by thinking about it. But in reality, there are some things we can't attract just by thinking positively. For example, if you want to win the lottery, you have to buy a ticket. If you want to get a promotion at work, you have to do good work and be noticed by your boss. Thinking positively won't make these things happen. You need to take action. The law of resonance, on the other hand, is based on the principle that we attract what we are, not what we want. This means that instead of trying to think positively and attract good things, we should focus on becoming the person who already has what they want. And this is where the law of resonance really starts to differ from the law of attraction. You see, when you're using the law of attraction, you're focused on the end result. You want to attract a certain person, a certain amount of money, a certain level of success. But when you're using the law of resonance, you're focused on the journey. You're focused on becoming the person who already has what they want. And in the process, you'll find that everything you desire starts to show up in your life effortlessly and without any struggle. So how do you use the law of resonance to manifest your desires? The first step is to identify what you want to manifest. This could be anything from a new car to a new job to a new relationship. Be specific about what you want and write it down. Having a clear goal in mind will help you focus your energy in the right direction. Once you've identified what you want, you need to become that person who already has what they want. And this is where things get really interesting. You see, when you think about what you want, you emit a certain frequency. And if you're trying to use the law of attraction to manifest it, you're emitting a wish-fulfilled frequency. You're emitting a frequency of hope and desire. But when you use the law of resonance, you're emitting a frequency of gratitude and appreciation. You're emitting a frequency of someone who already has what they want. And here's the amazing thing. The more you focus on the frequency of gratitude and appreciation, the faster you'll be able to manifest your desire. You see, when you're grateful for something, you're raising your frequency. And when you appreciate something, you're also raising your frequency. And as you raise your frequency, you start to attract more of the things you want into your life. Let me give you an example. Let's say you want to manifest a new car. If you were using the law of attraction, you might think, I want a new car. I deserve a new car. I'm going to buy a new car. But if you were using the law of resonance, you would think, I am so grateful for my new car. I am so appreciative of my new car. I love driving my new car. See the difference? In the first example, you're focusing on what you want. In the second example, you're focusing on having already received what you want. And this is really important. When you focus on what you want, you're sending out a frequency of desire. But when you focus on having already received what you want, you're sending out a frequency of gratitude and appreciation. And as I said before, gratitude and appreciation raise your frequency. So that's much easier to attract what you want into your life when you refocusing on those emotions. Another way to raise your frequency and attract what you want is to use positive affirmations. Affirmations are simply statements that you repeat to yourself in order to program your subconscious mind. They're a great way to shift your thinking from lack and limitation to abundance and prosperity. Here are a few examples of affirmations you can use to attract what you want into your life. I am worthy of all the abundance the universe has to offer. I am open and ready to receive my heart's desires. I am grateful for all the blessings that flow into my life. I am aligned with the energy of my desires, and I trust that they are coming to me in divine timing. As you repeat these affirmations to yourself, you'll start to believe them more and more. And as you believe them, you'll start to feel them. And as you feel them, you'll start to emit the frequency of gratitude and appreciation. And that's when the magic will happen. That's when you'll start to attract what you want into your life effortlessly and without any struggle. It's important to note that the law of resonance doesn't just work for attracting good things into your life. It also works for repelling things you don't want. This is why it's so important to focus on positive thoughts and emotions. Negative thoughts and emotions will lower your frequency and attract unwanted things into your life. So be careful what you think about and how you feel. Here's another thing to keep in mind. The law of resonance doesn't work if you're not clear about what you want. If you're trying to manifest something but you're not sure exactly what it is, you need to get clear. Take some time to really explore your desires and what you want to create in your life. Once you have a clear understanding of what you want, then you can start using the law of resonance to manifest it. So in conclusion, the law of resonance is an incredibly powerful law of the universe. It is more effective than the law of attraction because it's based on the principle that we attract what we are, not what we want. By focusing on the journey and becoming the person who already has what they want, you'll be able to manifest your desires faster and more easily than ever before. Remember, like attracts like. So focus on being the person who has what they want, and you'll start to see those things show up in your life effortlessly and without any struggle. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. And if you haven't already, please subscribe and turn on notifications so that you never miss one of my videos. I hope you enjoyed this video. Have a wonderful day.